Hello there, this is Moby Dingus, and I have a video for you today featuring myself in the Tier 8 Royal Navy destroyer, the Lightning. And I've loved this ship for a long time. I first got intimately acquainted with it during the new ranked, the first season of the new ranked, when it was Tier 7, Tier 8. For Bronze League, I played this ship quite a bit. So I've worked up several points on the captain and have RPF, which I like for hunting down other destroyers, for torping, just for better situational awareness. And some people think it's kind of a crutch, and it very well may be, but I found it quite useful on this ship when contesting caps specifically, and knowing where to point my bow to avoid torpedoes and to create a slimmer profile. Because this ship does have hydroacoustic search, it can push those caps pretty well. So looking at the enemy team, we have a couple of things pop out at me. Those are the two Clevelands. Their radar could be potentially hazardous, and the two destroyers on the enemy team are the America, which is one of the new Kriegsmarine destroyers with the improved AP and higher caliber guns, sacrificing a lot of the other destroyer qualities in the Hatsuharu, which is 2 tiers below us and is a IJN torpedo boat. So in a one-on-one against these guys, I know that I would probably handily win. So that's what I'm thinking about right off the bat. And this Aoba's pushed up here with us, but not really considered that he's bottom tier and pushing into a fair amount of ships. And now he's showing full broadside to half the enemy team. Not sure if that was the best decision, but his sacrifice allowed us to get sight of the America in the B cap. And I mean, that I can't say that was unexpected given what he was doing. So we're going to push into this B cap because the rest of the enemy team are either north or south. Both Clevelands are spotted, and my RPF is and there he is, full broadside. We're going to switch over to AP now. Not look this gift horse in the mouth. And because I do have 2/3 of my gunpowder on the front here, I'm able to dodge very efficiently and just push in with hydro. And look at these broadside pins. Oh yeah. Music to my ears. And we could do this because that German hull armor is thick enough to armor piercing. So we're getting full pins on this guy. You can see 23 full penetrations, 2 overpins. I'm still at over 11k health. Now, I did make a mistake there. I should have switched over to HE, but it's not going to matter. He goes down, and we're just under 11k hit points. The Hatsuharu there to the north. Is our next target as we shift our attention over there. We were able to use that smoke to go undetected. And we're going to manage to flip this B cap. So I saved my torps there for the Leander because as you can see the New Mexico's trajectory, it looks like he's going to go right into sea. Which is what I would do in this circumstance. Having a destroyer on your flank while you're trying to push is, especially so close, is not where you want to be. So the Hatsuharu is down, the America's down, and that means that the enemy team has no more destroyers, and this puts us gives us basically free range of the map. The only considerations now are the Clevelands down at the south, because nobody else has really any way of spotting us, so we can control all of our engagements going forward. So you can see that New Mexico canceled his turn in and is now coming back out. The Leander is sitting broadside to an indirect. I don't know how you say that. Indirect? I'm going to say it like that. Who is unfortunately also beached and giving broadside. And it manages to not kill the Leander because the indirect has a terrible DPM. And so he goes down. The Leander, as you can see on the health bars on the side, is on incredibly low health. And the New Mexico is continuing to push up here. My torps are just about ready. And I think this New Mexico is being fairly ambitious. I don't really see how he thinks this is going to go. He can still turn into sea here. He does have that island for some cover against the Alabama and the Fuso. So he can kind of zone them out with that island in front of him. But he knows, he should know that I'm over here because I did just launch torpedoes a minute and a half ago at the Leander. So he knows he's pushing right into my torpedoes. But he chooses to push on anyway. And he is using his WASD hacks and manages to only eat one torpedo there. So he's still on a respectable 38K. And he did not manage to not take a flooding there.
Our team has taken the lead.
But this Leander's kind of in between a rock and a hard place now because I'm right here. He can't back up because the Alabama's going to spot him. I switch back over to HE. My friendly indirect who died is rooting me on. I smoke up. We're going to start farming this New Mexico.
Smoke screen set.
You can see that the friendly Gaida was nice enough to smoke me up here, so I'm going to have a full minute here to farm this New Mexico. And it's a juicy farm. 2 fires already, they're burning. We're going to launch some torpedoes just in case he slows down. I don't expect them to hit. To the bottom, we had 2 ships try to push in the worst fight, or we had a ship, I guess, try to push into A, and didn't work out. So we're now 5 ships versus 3 down there, and we're still getting held off by 3 cruisers. Up here, we got the Normandy pushing through the Sea Cap into the Alabama and the Fuso, as we're able to take out the New Mexico. Nice. Now this Graf Spey is pushing uncontested up into myself and the Gaida, but I don't think the Gaida knows that he has 5.5 kilometer hydroacoustic search. It is a German cruiser after all. And so yeah, you can see there I just briefly get hydroed. I'm almost certain the Gaida is hydroed. But we need to take care of this Normandy. Normandy wouldn't have been an issue had the Gaida stayed on this northern flank. You know, mistakes were made. It happens. You know, I'm not going to look at the gift horse in the mouth. I really did appreciate the smoke he provided for me. I'm launching off some rather ambitious torpedoes against the Normandy, but I'm pretty sure he's going to turn out anyway, especially when I start firing on him. So whatever I launch at him, I don't expect to really work anyway. So just, you know, those were off chance torpedoes in case he decides to turn in. I launched him a little bit behind there.
Smoke generator activated.
I'm going to change my focus over to the Graf Spey because he is more of a threat. I put smoke there because I thought the Graf Spey was going to keep pushing forward and wanted to maintain my my concealment, but as soon as I saw him cancel the turn, I just decided to push forward, close this distance between myself and the Normandy to maintain solid DPM against him to help out the Fuso, and just push forward, do some open water gunboating here. You can see pretty good hits, good fires, and I don't think the Normandy is very long for this world. That's kill number 4.
Enemy Battleship sunk. Victory is in
Fuso's
sight.
not very healthy, and he's bottom tier. Got the Alabama here, tier 8. Looking, you know, still has over 2/3 health. Looking pretty solid against a Graf Spey and a Monarch. So theoretically, we should be doing fine. 3 ships versus 2. Got a tier 8 here. About to brawl a tier 6. But again, I don't think people don't see the Graf Spey a lot. It is a premium, and unless you play, you know, low tier ranked, you're not going to see it very much. So I don't know if this Alabama, which is also a premium, so I don't know how experienced this teammate is. I'm not sure if he understands that the Graf Spey has torpedoes. You're probably yelling at me for launching those torpedoes, but the friendly fire on torpedoes has been removed. So I think we're okay. Those torpedoes will not do any damage to the Alabama if they do hit. And the Alabama, for some reason, I don't know if he realized that he had torpedoes too late. I don't know if he was trying to dodge my torpedoes, not knowing about the friendly fire. But he decided to turn for whatever reason and ate a broadside of Graf Spey torps.
Smoke generator activated.
We break 5.5 km, are able to break line of sight with the Graf Spey, get out of his hydroacoustic range. This Graf Spey is just dodging all of my fire right now. Just god tier agility. So the Fuso is shooting HE at the Graf Spey. He had his broadside there, and then he managed to miss his HE, but you know he's trying his little heart out. Tier 6 battleship versus tier 6 cruiser. It's fine. It is what it is. You make do with what you have. I assume that this Graf Spey's hydro is still up, and these are just kind of zoning torpedoes. I don't want him to push directly into me and close the distance. I want to dictate this engagement. So I want to make sure that he's not going to push straight into me. So that's what those torpedoes were for there. So the Graf Spey can't really afford to like pay attention to me here. That Fuso still has his broadside. So while his guns are pointed in the opposite direction, I want to take this opportunity to secure this kill on the Graf Spey. And we're about to cross 85,000 damage here, I think. Yep, we just crossed 85,000 damage.
in sight.
And are we going to be able to secure this kill? Yep, that's the Kraken Unleashed, my 5th kill of the game.
Destroyed an enemy cruiser.
And the Graf Spey was able to take out the Fuso, so it's just
Torpedoes direct front.
me versus the Monarch, and there's some little surprise parting gift torpedoes for me. And we can see that somebody from the enemy team is in C, and I believe they capped a B on their way to the north. So, and from those gun arcs, it looks like it's one of the Clevelands. So this Monarch, I don't think he anticipated the Graf Spey going down there, and he pushed rather aggressively into me, and he's not able to get behind this island. And with how much broadside he's giving me, I don't think he's going to be able to avoid these torps. But he is turning in, and in order to kind of bait him to turn back out, I'm going to open up fire here, and he's going to want to get his guns on me, so he's going to straighten back out and hopefully give these torps plenty of broadside. See, our teammates are mopping up A. The Amalfi's coming around to the rear of B.
Fire. Problem solved, sir.
And with the Monarch eating plenty of torpedoes, I think we're going to be able to mop this up.
Battle
We're now over almost 130,000 damage. Cleveland is capped C. We're still at 906 points to 189, so not worried about being down on caps right now. The enemy team only has 2 ships left. The Monarch is a sitting duck at this point. That fire will essentially guarantee this Monarch's death. Is it regicide? I don't know. I guess you could call it that. But we took that. This Monarch was at virtually full health, and we've managed to do quite a bit of damage to him. And there's another fire. And he's trying to heal through it with a super heal, but we were able to secure it. Well, that was the Lightning, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Catch you next time.